It's fall once again, and it's time to make those fall time favorites or find a new one. You might find that this recipe will become one of your new fall favorites. We're going to start off with 4 cups of flour, to which I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda, baking powder, a tablespoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of ginger, and here's the kicker, this is 1/8 of a teaspoon or a pinch of cayenne pepper. It just depends how you like it. We're going to put this into our flour and mix this well. Once that's mixed, we're going to set it aside. In this mixer, I have 2 cups of softened butter, to which I'm going to add 2 cups of raw sugar and 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. I'll stop to scrape down. We want to make sure everything gets mixed in really well. Then slowly we're going to add 2 eggs. I like to pre-crack my eggs. That way make sure I don't get any shell in there. Mix it up well. Scraping the bowl when needed. Next we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie vodka. If you'd like the recipe on how to make pumpkin pie vodka, you can check out my blog, which is linked below in the description. Finally, to our wet mixture, we're going to add 1 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree. See if that can slide out of there. I'll try not to make too much of a mess. Once that's mixed well, I'm going to carefully add my flour mixture. This might become really heavy for your mixture, so I have pulled out my handy dandy dough hook just in case. But let's slowly add. I think my mixer is going to handle that. Once it's just mixed, I'm going to clean off my counter just a bit. I've got cookie sheets lined with parchment paper. And because I'll cheat just a bit, I'm going to take a scoop and drop by the scoopful onto the parchment paper. You want to get these approximately 2 inches apart. Am I real exacting about this? I'm more of a rustic, I'll admit it, I'm a rustic baker. So mine will hopefully be about 2 inches apart. Once you have your cookies on your cookie sheet, just go ahead and bake for 15 to 25 minutes in your 350-degree oven. I have half a cup of butter that I've melted with half a cup of sugar, raw sugar. I'm going to put this into 2 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. I melted it until the mixture was pretty smooth. To that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie vodka. We're going to whip this up. Now, depending upon the consistency, you can add just a touch, and that is almond milk. I'm using almond milk because that is what I drink. Now, we are just going to take our spatula. Actually, I think we can do this the easy way. I'm just going to dip my cookie in. Now, if you don't want to dip your cookies, I'll show you my alternative. I learned this a long time ago. I take my bowl, taking my icing, and I make sure to get it into a plastic bag. You can do this in a piping bag or a pastry bag. But since I didn't have a pastry bag, I'm going to do the next best thing. I'm going to slit a tiny hole in the end. Then I'm going to gather it up, and now I can easily pipe my warm icing over top of the cookie. The nice part about this being warm is it will spread itself out. And there you have pumpkin melt-in-your-mouth cookies. If you enjoyed this recipe, please click like. Also, you can subscribe to my channel. In the description below, you'll see a link to my blog, which has this recipe and many others. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or requests, leave them in the comments section below. And as always, make yourself at home.